Okay, editing Ellie here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about um, self-analysis and making your own ideas. I think a huge part of this game is the ideas. It's in the ideas. If you treat it like a normal game where you simply go through the steps from the start to the end, it one, it doesn't really work, and two, there's no magic. I really think the beauty of this game is that ideas are the way that you improve. So the first step is to understand the ideas that other people have. Uh, so I've explained a lot of multi ideas in this video. I'll explain some mono ones, some more mono ones in a minute. But I think a very important skill to learn in this game is one, understanding other people's ideas, and two, having your own ideas. So how do you even do that? Well, I think a good place to start is just like questioning your decisions. Maybe you watch your own run back. Maybe you watch someone else's run. I think that's something I like doing. I like to try and watch other people's runs and try and guess what they're gonna do next. And if I'm right, then I guess we think the same. And if not, I try and work out why they think differently to me and like what effects that decision might have and like what general philosophy they might have. And questioning the things that you do as well is very important. Like why why do I reset with the gems? Why do I reset with the iron? Why do I move with the iron? Like why do I use sand in the way that I do and in the places that I do? Why do I use surface stone the way that I do? Or like why do I not do surface stone tools? That's a question that I ask myself every day, and there's not a good answer for it. It's also important to analyze the objective time losses. It's not just the ideas. A lot of it is mechanics as well. Missed hits are like the silent killer of runs. The baffle is easier to notice, and menu time comes with multi, and you either have to cut down on the actual times you're opening the menu or the speed at which you're moving through the menu with like tool tracking and stuff like that. Okay, so let's talk about some mono ideas. The core mono idea is routed mining. So what that looks like is like doing all the pick resources first, saving the shovel to last, that kind of stuff. And then another core idea is structuring your crafting and mining to minimize time spent in menus. So that looks like, oh, for like first strats, finishing everything first, and then for like a first strat, it would be just crafting the first tool, um, and then crafting the rest later. That also has the side effect of keeping your inventory more organized. A lot of the routedness means that you can anticipate where things are going to be in your inventory because it's like that every time. It's like it's very standardized. It adds a lot of standardization to the run, which helps with the mental load. Another thing that Mono does is that it really teaches you to use each tool on its own, to find and explore the limits of each tool and what it can do, and also it teaches you how two tools interact with each other and how they can help and complement each other. You can't just play mono like multi and expect it to work. You have to learn and let it teach you how the tools work before you can really master it. In my opinion, the best three routes at the minute are pick first, specifically pick first with the sword. I think that's really the best for several reasons. It's very versatile. Um, it really works in a lot of seed types. In fact, most seed types, you can get quite good value out of it. In pick first, you obviously craft the pick first. You finish the pick, and then you will craft the shovel and the axe and the sword, depending. I like to craft the sword just as quick as possible and use it with the pick. Maybe you think that's cheating. I don't think so personally. Uh, yeah, then you craft the rest of your tools and you finish up. I'll do sand resets and then trees if I got a good one. Uh, work it out. Shovel delay is the second one. It's what Hollow uses mainly. It's a delay strat, which means you use the other three first. So that's pick, axe, and sword, and then you finish one of them before crafting the shovel, and in this case the furnace also, because that is the optimized crafting. Uh, and then you finish your other tool and the shovel. Hollow really likes doing axe first. They like to reset with for trees and zombies with the woodpick, which is actually a really good idea. And they like to play surface stone a lot, which I think works really well with that. They found like a lot of synergy with the pick and the axe that I have not yet found, uh, but I believe them. And that's the kind of thing that Mono can teach you, like the relationship between tools. That's really where it excels. And the third one, axe delay. And let me tell you about something that I like to call the evil trap. Let me tell you about the evil trap, please. Please let me tell you about the evil trap. Okay, so the evil trap is basically you make the pick and the shovel and the sword. You probably want to do the pick first, and then you craft the axe, and then you do shovel resets and trees. And if this sounds familiar, it's because it is, because it's pick first. So the problem is you you have the shovel. That's the only difference between this and pick first. And the problem is when you have the shovel, there's an evil temptation afoot. There's an evil temptation, Mel, let me tell you, and any viewers at home, let me tell you, there's an evil temptation afoot. You're evilly tempted by by the devil to use the shovel, and this means that you have less sand to reset for the trees later on, and you're also double using it when you could be using the pick. That's the evil trap. The evil trap is you think, "Oh, I'll just use my shovel, take some load off the pick." No, wrong. Instead, optimize the pick. Optimize the pick, learn the pick, find a way with the pick. There's always a way if you think about it. Think around your problems. Do not be a greedy piggy and use the tools available to you. Limit yourself. Limitation breeds innovation. That's a famous saying. Also, I've heard. So that's the evil trap. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey everyone, ignore that I'm using Edge, please. Twitch broke and Firefox me, so Edge is the only other browser I have, so GG. Okay, I'm gonna do the 525 first. So let's look at the seed. Uh, yeah. So it's it's okay, I guess. This is a really nice clump of trees over here, but as you can see, like this area is very sparse. So it's gonna make it pretty hard to get out and even harder to get back. I mean, when you go out, you'll probably have zombies to help you get further out, but coming in is gonna be really rough. Like this tree line and this tree line is pretty much all you have, and that's pretty difficult to EBM off. So already the seed is not helping you. Um, we got surface stone.
This is bad. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. This you're very scared in this and the other run about the zombie aggro range, and it's really not as big as you think. Let me see if I can find some zombies. Oh, that's a fun bug. Mods, fix that later, please. Okay, here we go. Oh, I have two. Okay, this is actually a good demonstration. So this is the zombie aggro. Okay, this is the zombie aggro range. You can get like as close as this to the zombie, and then once you're in it, the red line is the de-aggro range. So you have to go this far away from the zombie. It's like over half a screen away to get it to de-aggro. So this is absolutely fine.
I'm forgetting how to like menu too.
And early cave check. Mark it off your bingo cards. The cave is mods pull up. Okay, so from this screenshot, it's not good, but it does open up a tiny bit on the left side. But yeah, so far this seed is really not helping you, but you managed to do pretty well despite it.
Probably shouldn't have done that specific gem because I can open up the cave with the.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. You say you shouldn't have done that specific gem because you could have opened up the cave. I'm interested what you meant by that. I guess you mean this, you want to mine these two. I think, to me, the quality of gems is mainly about the direction they're in and the closeness to the ladder. So these two are your absolute closest gems, so I definitely mine both of them. And this one, it's in a direction that is towards gold and nothing else. So it's not really a useful one to mine. I think opening up this into three air spaces is not in my mind worth it. I think I'd rather mine a gem. I'd probably mine these three to be honest, or maybe this one because it forces you to run here and check this area of the cave. Or maybe if there's one up here, I'd go for that.
Probably shouldn't have done
But
that.
yeah, in my mind, this is the best gem in the cave. This is the best quality gem in the cave, so I definitely would have gone with that one. Unless you're thinking like you're mining it immediately and putting a lot of bar into it, so you might want to save it because it's the best quality one. So maybe you put a couple into here just to save the bar and then transition to this one. Okay, so here is where I want to talk about what I said in the N2SC. And what I said was, I think that in general, you are losing too much time to tool switches to justify having 10 ICO of 4 minutes. So basically, what I meant by that is multi aims to get as many resets as possible, and in return for this, you suffer slower menuing speeds and more complex menuing, whereas mono aims to simplify the menuing and reduce the time loss, and in return, you don't have as many opportunities for ladder resets. And the problem is that you seem to be getting the worst of both worlds. So there's several ways to fix this. One way is to decrease the menuing speed and complexity and move towards mono, in which case the lack of iCore is justified by the time save. And the other option is to increase the amount of ladder resets that you're getting out of your tool switches. So what that looks like is only switching tools when it will um, lead to increased ladder resets. I think you're fairly committed to multi, or that's what pretty much the only thing you've been doing. So I'll try and have a more multi lens for this video, but I'll still mention little mono things.
specific
Okay, here
gem,
I want to talk about an
because I
idea,
can open up
a
the cave if you
multi-idea,
have the one.
that I will
It's fine.
call resource preservation. And what that is you want to preserve your resources for as long as possible because you want to remain remain with as many resources at your disposal to reset for zombies for as long as possible. So what this will look like is you want to only take the absolute minimum that you need for what you want to do at any given time in the run. So in my multi openings, what I used to do would be I'd mine my 20 stone and 1 iron, and then craft my stone tools, and then get to resetting. Like in this cave, you have a zombie. Sometimes I wouldn't even go for it. I just start resetting immediately because I know I'm gonna get more later. Like I guess um, the amount of resources and effort it's gonna take to get that one zombie is way more than it's gonna take me to get uh, like 3 or 4 by just resetting a bit more. And that's an idea that's been incorporated a lot into mono more recently. It's like just because you see a zombie doesn't mean it's the most efficient use of resources to go for it. For instance, in Pick First, sometimes you'll see 2 zombies on the surface and you'll think, I want to go for them. But in reality, if you go for them, number one, it's hard to get back. Number two, if you're using your cave resources to check both the surface and the cave, you're actually putting way more damage into them to be able to give yourself enough time to check the surface. And you're not really getting that much value out of it. Yeah, sometimes you get 1 or 2 from the surface, but if you simply just frame perfectly reset every time and don't check the surface, then you'll actually get a lot more useful resets out of it. So it's like it's a little bit counterintuitive, but you just have to trust that sometimes it's better to not go for everything you see. So here we have 14 iron and 36 stone. Ideally, that's probably more than I'd want for a multi-run, especially these iron. These iron are perfect. I'll take this opportunity to talk about the camera. Okay, this is an awesome setup I've got going on here. So okay, this is the camera box. That box is the camera box. Uh, so when you enter the cave, the the camera is already scrolled the maximum distance up and to the left. So you can see that in here. The player is at the very top left corner, and you only get vision of the bottom right of the cave automatically. And by the way, this pink box is the radius that zombies can't spawn inside. So if I go to the surface, you can see that. Oh, okay. You can see that inside this pink area, zombies won't spawn, but outside they can. Uh, yeah. So when I go into the overworld, you can see that the camera is maximum scrolled to the, or I guess the only area that you can see is up and to the left. So how this relates to my point about the cave is that if you're mining stuff down here, there's a huge area, 3/4 of the cave you're not getting any vision of. But if you mine these, you're getting your initial view of this when you come in, and then you're scrolling up here and getting the rest of it. So you get like quite a lot of vision even if you do it immediately. Um, and for this reason, even if I'm mining this gem, imagine this is a gem. Even if I'm mining this gem, like I like to do a little wiggle before I get there, just to throw the camera the left a bit just to get a little bit more vision. You can do it in other directions as well. I also like to be running diagonal because you're checking two directions. Even if, let's say this area in the top left is completely blocked off, and let's say this area, top right, is a nice open area. Um, I think it's not worth it obviously to go up here because it's completely blocked off. There's never going to be any zombies here. So I like to be running diagonal because it checks two directions. I think these are perfectly fine directions because you're getting one. Obviously this or no, I'm backwards. Um, this in the overworld, down and right is the best, and up and left in the cave is the best. But I think these diagonals are also perfectly fine. You just don't want to be going this way unless it's the only zombie space, in which case obviously you can go that way. So yeah, this is a perfect area on this seed because it's the optimal camera direction and that's where the spawning space is. So I'd want to preserve this area as long as possible. I might even go for this gem or this gem or this gem probably because you can get a lot of like sideways on the way to throw the camera and it's closer. Like I'd get these two and then maybe this one I guess. Oh yeah, oh, we still have these. Okay, that's something else I wanted to talk about. Hitting stuff through walls is pretty uh, bad for several reasons. The first reason is that when you miss a hit, there's two ways to miss a hit. The first way to miss a hit is to hit air, and the second way is to hit the wrong material with a tool. Uh, Hitting the wrong material with a tool actually loses more time than if you just hit the air by about 2 frames. Uh, it's variable, but 2 frames for stone tools. I think. Yeah. Oh, and the second reason is uh, if you can see, yeah. So it goes red you uh, when you're in range. That you can see my circle goes red when I'm in range. Uh, Here it's working quite well, but it can be very very picky. Okay, that's a bad example. Come here, please. Yes. Okay, now it's working perfectly. But you see, I'm so far inside here. I'm so far inside. If I try and scroll the camera, maybe it'll show. Yeah, now I'm barely inside. So, and now I'm fully inside. So there's something that I haven't really worked out yet. There's some kind of wiggle going on where you can get yourself way more close to the zombie. Um, so that's maybe something you could look at. But yeah, it's a variable distance. Also, the game deals in very precise units, but obviously the screen can only show to a precision of 128 by 128. So that's why these you can see the hitboxes on the trees are slightly misaligned. It's because everything has a very exact position, but everything can only be shown by in 128 by 128 pixels. So what you see on screen is not a perfect representation of what the game state truly is. So number one, it can be misleading. Number two, there's the thing where you don't go the same distance inside the wall every time. So it can be very it's hard to get consistency with hitting the zombies. So you can wiggle and that fixes it most of the time. So yeah, uh, sorry for the yap, but what I'd do is I'd try and this red line, by the way, is uh, it's when it's the distance you are from the wall. So you can see that I have a pretty decent range. It's like yeah, like kind of from here to here, here to here, and a little bit further is like the range you can hit uh the tree and not the zombie. So I try and get comfortable with that range. Also, you mentioned earlier in the run um, about not being sure how the bench how like the bench consistency works. It's it's because when you get too close. Like here, I'm too close. I'm gonna hit the tree. But here, let's see how close you can get. Actually, I'm not sure. Okay, I can't seem to get that close. Let's try moving the camera. Okay, here's quite close. Okay, and there I can place it. So it's this is the distance that you can get basically, and then here still places. Here still places. Here still places, but on the one further back. How about like here? Okay, so it seems pretty. Sometimes there is little weird things where you just can't place it on like flat ground sometimes, which is different to the deluxe thing where if you can't place it on a tile, it's because there's a buried treasure underneath. Sometimes in Pcraft, it's just you just can't place it, and then it's unlucky. You just move a bit. But when you're close to the wall, it's because you're hitting the wall, and you need to move further back a little bit. But sometimes you can't place it, and that's not your fault. Okay, I apologize for that, yep. Let's continue. Okay. Personally, I would like to have more than 2 iron core by the time I get all my stone and iron done. Stone is like you can't really reset off it, but I will say I do like to keep the stone, like a little bit of stone left, just in case I need it for overworld stone. I mean, you have a lot of overworld stone in this seed, so you could make use of it there, and that's something that I used to do a lot with when I did multi a lot. Um, you do have to remember to get it though. That's one thing. And the iron is a pretty good resource, especially where you had it. Yeah, this is a trap that an evil trap, if you will. Now let me inform you about the evil trap, please. Okay, this is an evil trap that I used to fall into. It's like very much sand movement resource, gem, reset resource. Mono has taught me that it's very good to blur the lines with that. Like here, it's like it's perfect. It's the most perfect sand reset opportunity you'll ever have, and it'll save your jams, your close jams. So I'd take that. Bang, beautiful. Here you might even do, honestly, you might even do a cheeky through the wall. Yeah, honestly, it might be. Oh, I might get messy, I don't know. No, actually, don't take my advice. What you did was fine. All good. This is quite a nice clump here, and yeah, you take good advantage of it. I think maybe I would have. It's good to get up here. Yeah, what you did definitely wasn't wrong. I'm not gonna judge the tree mining solely off that one bit, but I will say, um, it's very good to do trees in groups of two, in my opinion. If you want to watch some good tree mining, actually, watch Araman's run. She's really creative with it, and she finds some really beautiful like tree EBM lines. Yeah, okay, so maybe what you could have done there was played more with the zombie luring, because you got the aggro, and the good thing about getting the zombie aggro, I'll let this play out, is that you no longer need to go to the zombie because it will come to you. Like you've got it aggroed and it's through a hole. You've got 2 drops in this direction. So probably what I would have done would be get these 2 drops and start mining up here. Let the zombie come to you. When it comes to you, then kill it, and you can carry on with the tree mining. This is also for fuck's sake. This is another good idea, which is pushing when you're getting them, pushing the zombies as far out as possible and using them to go as far out as possible, and then using the trees to come back. That's back to the ladder. That's something I've been liking.
Do I want to do all this in all the wood in one trip?
And yeah, this is what I talked
Probably.
about at the beginning with the sparse trees going back to the ladder. This is really tough, and honestly, I don't think even possible. So that's just unlucky. But I will say you do want to be mindful of your route back to
Boy, I don't want to come out here again.
the ladder. But yeah, this is a nice clump here, and honestly, given the tree situation, I think it was a very good play when you said that you're gonna finish them in one go here. Yeah, I think another reason why uh, it's very good to still have the other pick resources left is that you would have liked to have been able to use the iron here to get to that one and this one, rather than having to switch to the shovel and use up sand.
4 gemmed. That sucks.
I don't really have any, I guess, evidence for not liking this like wide sweeping check here,
And
but I think
sucks.
it comes back to like the idea, or like a similar idea to the pick first idea of maximizing the cave by not checking the surface at all. Um, you already got vision from the shovel when you came in here. You already scrolled the camera to the left and saw there probably wasn't anything, and I think that's honestly good enough to ignore. If you didn't, you should, in my opinion, be doing the camera, throwing the camera over here while coming to this gem, even if you're not using the shovel. So that gets you a good enough vision of this area of the cave. And if no zombies are walking in here in your time mining this gem, I think you don't get you don't get a meaningful a benefit to walking over here, and you also do get a meaningful increase in your stamina bar, which just like it lessens the amount of time that these gems will be available for you to use. And then yeah, you've already got the shovel out, ready to go to these zombies, so that actually worked out well for you. Yeah, watch those missed hits a little bit there. And then yeah, I don't think I would have gone for that fabric at all. Yeah, you're on 11 ichor, you're gonna get enough fabric. And I would have just yeah kept going this zombie and chained all the zombies together, so I didn't have to switch to the sound. Oh, I know. So you tap the sand as well. I'm not going to tell you to stop tapping the sand, but I'm also going to tell you to stop tapping the sand. I just think I'm a tapping sand hater. I think the holding sand it just helps keep the bar lower in my opinion. I think that's the my main argument for doing it. On the grand scheme of things though, it's whatever. You can keep doing what makes you happy. Yeah, so there I would have probably finished off the sand, because you have 34. So I just like finished the shovel out the way.
That was almost like sub 4 pre-craft pace. I thought the gem was close to breaking.
Or maybe not.
It's
I mean
not.
that's also nice I did. That's a sand stall as well. I really like sand
Gem was
stalling.
close to
I'm
breaking.
gonna talk about it. It just prolongs the amount of time for you to see zombies. It's just a really awesome strategy. Good job.
But it's not.
And you finish off the sand plate. So you know what? I was wrong. The leaving 2 sand was actually awesome. Good job. And then we kill the zombie. How many do we have? 14. Okay. Honestly, I'd like more. I'd like to have more. How could we have got more in this run? We could have done more resets, split up trees, but the seed was pretty shit for that, so that's just unlucky. We could have reset for better zombies with the trees, but it actually looked very good, and there were a lot, so that's also fine. Uh, I guess yeah, just more resets probably, and a better seed where you can split up the trees.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and getting more out of the iron and stone by leaving it. And also when you have stone, when you have surface stone, it's really good. It's basically a sandstall, but awesome. Because not only are you stalling for zombies, you can also move to them like a wider area because it spreads further out, and you also at the same time clearing area to dig with the sand later. So it's actually extremely awesome.
Okay, I'm done with fabric.
And then you craft the furnace, yeah, and then we YOLO, and then
Okay.
bang,
Wait. Holy.
clutches the PB, haul it. Very, very awesome. Mods, how do you fucking cancel this? Okay, yeah. So overall, great run. I loved it. Let's watch the other one. Now this one, I think. Oh, I forgot to fucking full screen. I'm a fraud. Okay, I think this is the best run I've ever seen you do. It's the mechanics in this one.
Is this really the
They're
run?
really really strong. The seed is it's one of the seeds that has ever been played. Um, yeah. Oh, I'm remembering now. So I think this one you really lose to the seed. You basically lose to the seed for two reasons. One, the sand is it's terrible. Two, the trees they're also pretty shit and not a lot of them. And you missed at one point I think your opportunity to save the trees, which I'll point out when we get there. But overall, you play this really really good. Especially the mechanics, and you get fucked on the seed, and then you get fucked by the zombie. So honestly, this one's not your fault. Great effort out there.
I'm gonna do. There's a zombie right there. Like, I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah, so here you say you're gonna get killed by the zombie. Not true, because this, although it's like it's the widest it could possibly be, because this is the tree with the indent, and this is the one with the out, but this is a corner, so the zombie can't get through. It's trapped between this water tile that ends here and this tree tile that ends here. It can't get you. I think I like to ask myself like what am I getting out of doing this? So, for instance, if there's a zombie here, what I'm getting out of this mining this iron is going directly to it, but not even because there's two stone here. The cost of mining two stone is very minimal, and it's way less useful than an iron, especially on this seed because there's no overworld stone because it's an island. 30, bang, and we get a zombie. So really, I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong. I apologize. And there's no stone over here anyway. I apologize. Okay. I'm just I'm a freaking chungus. Okay.
Probably shouldn't be mining this one. It's a bad
I
jamming
think
pick.
there's a fine more to mine. Kill, kill. Okay, here.
Alright.
This
Shit.
is a moment I would have done differently. You're already half in the water. Trees here. You know there's limited trees on this island. This is your maybe one or like one out of two or three opportunities to venture outside the island. I would have gone here and had a look. Even if it's just mine these three or four, try and get a little bit of a look on here. There's nothing there, and then mine sand across here. I would have gone
Alright,
for that, I
let's
think.
get this wood. Try to get all of it.
Yeah, getting all of this is a very good idea as well. And then you see here, and I think roughly around here is where a lot of the run is lost. This is a huge part of Barful, and it's not really your fault, unfortunately. That's the unfortunate part. Or maybe fortunate for you. I'd look at it as unfortunate for me, but I know other people see this kind of stuff differently. I think yeah, this is where a large amount of the scam of this seed happens. It's just you're in an unwinnable situation, unfortunately. I think yeah, the only way to win here, or like lessen the loss, is break this immediate. Don't even move. Immediately switch to shovel. Use that time to react to where the drops are going. Shovel these two, get maybe 2 or 3 wood, kill these zombies, and then fucking work it out afterwards. It's not a good solution. You still lose time. But yeah, this sand amount and the trees and this sand over here and maybe the trees over that. It's a very bad situation basically, and you don't particularly get the best out of it because those zombies would have really helped you. And that would have kind of made the situation at least a little bit worth it, and the EBM would have been a little bit better, and they would have lowered your bar. But maybe the drops would have gone in the water. Maybe it sucked anyway. So yeah, that was pretty much the scam of the seed, and that's where you lost, basically. And it wasn't your fault. That's just how it goes sometimes. And then yeah, you don't really have a lot of trees here to work with, which is why I would have gone onto the other island, because I don't think from the start you saw you really had that many trees. And I think you really would have liked to have gone for for this where is it? This zombie. You really would have liked to been able to gone down there because you saw there was a couple of trees. Okay, you can't see it anymore. You see over here, maybe there's some trees. There's definitely a zombie, but you don't have any sand left anymore. Really, you would have liked more sand to play with here, especially here. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit easier to get the sand drops. Yeah, you would have liked to have had some resources left to play with here. Here, honestly, maybe it was pretty close. So maybe you still have 1 gem left to play with. So maybe you want to like rush. Don't empty your bar to get the slow run. Maybe rush down here to lure this zombie, like aggro it. Then run back up, mine a couple sand if you need. Then start mining this gem, waiting for it to come to you. Just to really stretch your resources. Because now you're down here, half bar, no sand left. Oh, it's actually fine. Never mind. GG. Well, that was an unnecessarily complicated idea, but it was cool to explore anyway, and maybe it
Yeah.
might be more useful in a different scenario, so have fun with that. Yeah, I like this. Killing the zombie towards the drop you're going for. Very nice idea. Now we're down here
Okay.
though, and we run back anyway. Okay, never mind. My judgment is
Please.
so shit, I will say. My judgment is very, very terrible. And Armin is amazing at this stuff. She just has such a like an intuitive feel for how far the bar will go.
Please 3 gems.
I need to. That's one area I can improve in for sure. Bad camera, but I mean, it's a fucking island. What are you gonna do? And then the jamboree of all jamborees, and a fabric, and a bunch of fabric. Amazing.
Get me.
And
Okay.
gambling. We love gambling.
Why am I doing this?
So really, this is kind of the best run of all time if you think about it. And 10. Perfect.
It's fabric? Well, yeah, but I need ichor too, so it's fine.
And then, yeah, this is just, it's hard. And also,
Yeah,
yeah,
see?
you didn't have wood. I forgot about that. And I don't think you would have remembered
No! Oh
either.
my god, dude, that was it!
But yeah, all things considered, really, really great run. Absolutely scammed. So it's not really your fault. But yeah, I think that was a really, really impressive run. And I hope you learned something at least one thing. I hope you learned one thing from this video. And best of luck to you. I believe in you.